Alright guys, so I wanted to show you my deadlift workout from beginning to end. Unfortunately, the beginning of the clips, a lot of the warm-up sets and some of the beginning workout sets could not be edited or shown. That's why the first video was black. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. Right now, I pick up 475 for 5 beltless. Previously, I started my working set at 315, went 355, 395, double overhand. It's just working on the grip strength. Did hook grip with 435 for 5, just to work on my hook grip. Didn't really need to do it, just wanted to do it to get extra practice in. And then I started to strap up with 475. Now I'm going for 515. My body's feeling good, it's feeling strong. The bar's also moving pretty quick. The 515 felt heavier than what it looks. I also did a lot of landscaping work and manual labor, the day before. I mean, no excuses. I was just a little pre-exhausted because it's all back. But other than that, I'm feeling very, very strong, and I definitely wanted to get a 5-rep PR for the day, and I do. And then from there, I had my ultimate goal in mind, and that is 600 for 5 at a deficit. But it's going to be coming up here soon. Right now, I have my 555, which is going to be a 10-pound rep PR. If you guys watched my video from last week, I pulled 545 for 6 beltless, which was a really big PR. Definitely felt like I had more in the tank, but I was also pretty fresh, but a little exhausted too from a long day of traveling and sitting. But right now, the weight comes up fairly easy, I want to say. I mean, it was a working set for sure, and I had to belt up, just to play it safe. Should have probably belted up sooner, honestly, just to save my back, and I think I would have pulled 600 then for what I want. But right now, here it is, 600 pounds. Never pulled it at a deficit before. If anything, 1 year ago, I did try it for a rep, but I tried so hard I couldn't quite get it, and I actually passed out from the attempt. So I haven't tried it since, but today is the day. So I pulled off the ground for the first rep. It was a grind. Also pulling off the ground, it looks like 3 feet almost. Not really exaggerated, but pretty darn high. And I pull it for 3, go for it on the 4th attempt, but my back was just exhausted. There was nothing left in the tank, and I just had to let go of the bar because I felt my back start to round and didn't want to risk it. But other than that, I was pretty darn happy. So now I'm moving on to my power cleans. Since I'm prepping for a competition right now, I deadlift first and I focus on that. When I'm not prepping for competition, I actually do my power cleans first, just to fire the quick twitch muscles and everything. It's a lighter weight, gets me moving and everything. My deadlifts feel quicker. But right now I do it as an accessory for speed. So here's my first set. And you're probably wondering why I do 2 tuck jumps, but that's the trick. My central nervous system to fire the quick twitch muscle fibers to explode during the power clean workout. And I also do that pause there. So these are pause cleans, or what I call them, but in a sense it's a hang clean. I pull it off of the floor and I pause at my knee for a good 2 count, and then from there explode up. And I'm trying to really fire with my lower back glutes and hamstrings as much as I can, just so that crosses over to the deadlifts for a more explosive deadlift. And I did have some guys at my last competition ask me how I pull so quickly with my deadlifts, and I tell them I still practice my Olympic lifts. I do full power cleans, I do clean snatches, sorry. Clean squats, snatches, snatch squats, hang snatches, push jerks. I'm doing all my Olympic movements still. I do clean squats on squat days. I do these pause cleans on my deadlift days, and I do push jerks and stuff on my upper body days. Singles on my shoulder days for the push jerk, which is going to be tomorrow, and I do sets of 5 on my bench days. Just so you know, and that's how I try to move weight as quickly as possible, and it does cross over to the powerlifting. Like, I feel like my athletic base and stuff from playing football and doing track for so many years really gave me a good head start in this powerlifting, since I've only been doing it for about 2 years now. And I've added, close to 200 pounds to my deadlift, 100 pounds to my squat, and not so much to my bench. I had a 405 touch and go, but it was a super ugly one back in the day. And then once I had to start pausing in that, then that's when it went downhill pretty quick. I lost about 50 pounds on my bench, so I guess in a sense I've gained about 50 to 70 pounds roughly in the bench with a pause. But yeah, I'm boring you guys with my 4 sets of 4 with these pause cleans and everything and whatnot. But I just wanted to show you guys what I do each set and so on. But from here, I will do my sit-ups on my glute ham machine, just so that way I have no back support and I can stretch as far as I can. Don't have much flexibility with my extension, but I'm working on it, and you'll see that here in a little bit. But what I really like to do is focus on getting a lot of interior movement in as well. So let's say, I got 8 sets in with my deadlift alone and only got 3 on the last set, so I got in 38 reps. And then here I'm getting 16 reps with my pause cleans. So I'm up there in my repetitions and everything. I'm pretty much at 60 plus reps. So I want to do these sit-ups in a higher increment. So I like to shoot for 5 sets of 20. So I'm getting 100 reps in. And I only do this because I've had 2 herniated discs, and that was because of all kinds of muscular imbalances. My posterior chain was really tight and also too strong, and the interior part was weak. So my lower back was overcompensating, and then one day I just had a bad squat shifted, and that's all it took to send my discs out. So I've been doing this, doing a ton of stretching, and you can still see my hamstrings are so tight. The middle of my back right there has to round in order to touch. Just showing how tight my lumbar, glutes, and hamstrings are still, even though I stretch as much as I can. And then I get some more accessory work in here with some banded good mornings, and this is also going to help stretch me out. My goodness, look at that belly I got there. Now I'm getting a little bit of a belly. It looks like it's going to be hard for me to get 220. But, oh well, we're going to give it a shot anyway for this comp coming up in June. But I like to do this as just a nice little light accessory. Gives me a good stretch, but also a nice little pump in my lower back. So it's going to get the new red blood cells and blood in there and actually help it recover, believe it or not. So it's like an active recovery during my workout and whatnot. And on this set, I had a little malfunction with the band. Luckily, it was only like 70 pounds plus the bands, But the left band there comes off when I was in the middle of my set. So then I had to wrap the bands at the bottom for a little bit more resistance. So that's why I didn't take it up 20 more pounds, since the bands did the trick. And I have a goofy little look on my face there, and I'm like, oh, all right then. But here's my last set. And I'm trying to do sets of 15. I was going to get 3 sets of 15 in, but, the one where the band came off, I quite couldn't finish the set. But, hey, if you guys have any questions, please comment. Send me a message on my Facebook page, Instagram. All of them are the basement. And my cell phone information, email, all that's on there. Please share the video, like the video, and thanks for watching, guys.